gonna make some French toast. It's basically toast bread that's dipped in kind of a pancakey batter and then fried off and topped with like different things. So that's where our yogurt and all that kind of stuff comes in. So yeah, the first thing we're gonna do is we make pancake batter, a vegan pancake batter. For that, I'm gonna need some flour, and I go literally by feel on this. I don't know how many cups or grams or whatever you need for this. I'm gonna just add a little bit of flour, and I just guess how many cups that is. My guess is this is about 1.5 to 2 cups of flour. I'm gonna add baking powder. Baking powder makes them lovely and fluffy, so I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon actually of baking powder because I want them nice and fluffy and yeah, and gooey. I also gonna add, this is not mayonnaise, this is Indian salt called black salt. It's not black, it's actually pink. It's called black salt, Kala Namak, and it's like fortified with some stuff, and it smells very eggy. So I use it for things like pancakes, omelets. I make my own mayo with that. It just gives a little bit of an eggy taste and flavor to the dishes. So this is where our eggy flavor comes in, and it's salt, so I'm not gonna add any other salt. I'm just gonna add like special black salt to it. And I'm gonna add, yeah, probably like 1/4 of a tablespoon, sorry, to that, and make sure I'm gonna mix this in nicely because this is where our egg comes from. So, flour, black salt, baking powder. Now I want some flavor in this, and those are sweet ones, so you can make them savory. You can put like some ham in or whatever, but we want to make them sweet because I've got some yogurt and stuff with it. So I'm gonna add some sugar to my mix, and I'm not gonna add super much. I'm gonna just add 2 like tablespoons of sugar. I'm gonna have some nutmeg as well. So I add 1/4 tablespoon of nutmeg, which I really like the smell and flavor, and it actually is a bit autumny and Christmassy, and it's the 2nd of September, so we can go into like the pumpkin spice and autumny Christmassy kind of flavors now. Ground cloves, which also give a nice Christmassy flavor, and cinnamon. So I'm gonna add probably 1/2 tablespoon, a little bit more because cinnamon is just yummy, of cinnamon in here. And I'm gonna mix this through nicely so it's quite lightly spiced and flavored. And here we go. So I add a little bit of milk. I've got coconut milk just because I like the taste, I like the consistency, and mine is from a supermarket in the UK called Ulster. I really like that kind of brand, and I think it's like 90p. And yeah, I just like the coconutty flavor of it. So I just drizzle in, again, presumably a cup, maybe 1.5 cups, and start stirring this into, to make it a nice pancakey dough. Here we go. I'm gonna add a little bit more to this. Nice. So this is like, this is a nice pancakey consistency. This is what it looks like before we start dipping some bread in there. So that's quick and easy. I didn't add much sugar to it, but that's because I want to also add some agave nectar to it. Oh, that's good. So I'm literally just gonna give it a little bit of a squeeze, and add that. It can be coconut sugar. You can, and again, this is so flexible. You can use anything. You can use any kind of flour, any kind of milk for this. So I really love that consistency. And I'm gonna put this aside because the second part of this is gonna be preparing our bread. Yeah, if I can open it. So I've got medium wholemeal bread. Again, you can use any kind of bread you might have left over from, you know, stale bread. It's fine as well because you're gonna add it into a batter and it's gonna get a little bit of liquid to rehydrate it. So this is very, very simple as well. Take a couple of slices of bread, open some margarine, and add the margarine to your bread. Very easy and simple. But what we want to do is we want to spread the margarine from both sides. So add margarine on one side as well as the other. And I keep doing this now bit by bit till they stick together. So I've got a buttered piece of bread on both sides, and then I'm going to add this into my batter. Make sure it's covered nicely. On each side. That's really, really nice. Give the batter a try. There's no eggs in it, so you're safe. You won't get any salmonella. I'm gonna heat my pan up on full whack. Add a tablespoon of oil if you like. I tend to not use any oil because my pan is really, really good with not sticking. So I'm not gonna add any oil, but yeah, if you have a pan that's a little bit sticky, make sure you add a teaspoon of oil before you start frying. So I'm just waiting for this to heat up before I add my bread. So this is heating up nicely. I think my pan is ready to get some toast in. So I've got some tweezers, and look at this. Battered bread, what's not to like? This is the best thing that ever happened. And I add that to my pan while I prepare my second bread. So I've got one buttered side, I'm going to butter the other side of this. And add that to my dough. And make sure that this gets covered nicely and thickly. Just put this aside where my bread is starting to sizzle in the pan. So while this is doing its thing in the pan, it's going to need a couple of minutes on each side. So I'm going to just leave it doing its thing. While I do that, I'm going to get myself a knife because I'm going to cut down my kiwi berries a little bit. So I went to the supermarket and discovered those little things. They are kiwi berries. They do taste a little bit like kiwi, but you don't have the hassle that you need to take, that you need to peel them or scoop stuff out. So you can just pop them and eat them on the go. They're really, this is what they look like from the inside. So they don't really look like a kiwi, but they have a slight kiwi taste. So it's actually a little bit like a mix between a kiwi and an apple, which is very delicious. Cut a banana. That goes with my lovely tropical style bowl. So the end part is actually edible, although it's not very pretty. So it's for eat while you cook. That's a rule. The first one is actually, yes, it's pretty much done. So I just take it off and out. So here we go. This is our first French toast. So we buttered the toast on each side, put it into our little dough here, and then started frying it up. And I'm gonna add the second slice in. Okay, so I'm gonna pop that down one notch just because it gets really hot. So what I do now, I've got my two French toasts on the side, and I've got like quite a bit of dough left here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a couple of nice fluffy pancakes. French toast, so you can't really see the difference between those, but yeah, this is a pancake and this is a French toast. So this is with bread, this is without bread. And I'm gonna start decorating the first one now. I have some chopped up kiwi berries and I've got some chopped up banana, which make a really nice kind of tropical. So I'm going for like a tropical theme today. Mango yogurt. So mango yogurt, and I'm just drizzling this over in a very chefy style. As you can see, this is very professional, artistic. This looks actually horrible. Artistic way of presenting your French toast. Last but not least, I also have some mixed seeds. So they're all kind of like different mixed seeds that I'm gonna use and just sprinkle over to try to rescue the style and look of all of this. Oh gosh, that's going everywhere. So I don't really have to vacuum clean today. Yeah, so this is my first plate. We've got French toast and let's say French pancake, or vegan. We didn't use any eggs, or we went really basic with this. And I topped it with some kiwi berries, which I found in the supermarket the other day. I've got some banana on it as well. I've got some mango yogurt, so it's definitely a tropical feel, and some seeds. I hope it looks okay, very professional, very artistic. Yeah, but it will taste amazing.